In Bethlehem there lived a boy, the youngest son of Jesse's line. He kept his father's flocks by night. Beneath the stars he played and rhymed. Samuel came to Jesse's house and passed the elder brothers by. The Lord looked not upon the face, but on the heart that dwelt inside. David, man after God's own heart, through every trial you held your faith. David, man after God's own heart, His mercy carried you through each day. King Saul was troubled in his mind, a spirit dark had come to stay. They sent for David and his harp, whose music drove the clouds away. He served the king within his court and bore his armor in the field. A shepherd boy who learned the ways of those who carry sword and shield. David, man after God's own heart, through every trial you held your faith. David, man after God's own heart, His mercy carried you through each day. The Philistines came down to war, and Goliath filled the valley floor. 40 days he made his boast, while Israel trembled on the shore. Young David came with sling and stone. He ran to meet the giant there. One stone flew true and Goliath fell face down upon the ground so bare. David, man after God's own heart, through every trial you held your faith. David, man after God's own heart, His mercy carried you through each day. Jonathan and David swore a covenant that they would keep, a friendship forged in loyalty, a bond that ran so true and deep. But Saul grew jealous of his fame. The women sang of David's name. He fled into the wilderness and lived as one without a home. He spared King Saul not once but twice within his grasp, but let him go. He would not raise his hand against the Lord's anointed, this he'd show. In Ziklag and in Hebron too, he waited on the Lord's own time, until at last the crown was his over Judah's hills and Benjamin's line. David, man after God's own heart, through every trial you held your faith. David, man after God's own heart, His mercy carried you through each day. From his rooftop in the evening air, he saw Bathsheba bathing there. He sent for her and took her in, and so he fell to deepest sin. Her husband Uriah fought the war, while David schemed behind closed doors. He placed him where the arrows flew, and Uriah fell as David knew. Then Nathan came with a story told of a poor man's lamb and a rich man's greed. David's anger burned against that man, until Nathan said, "That man is you." He fell upon his face and wept, cried out to God for mercy new. The child was taken, grief cut deep, but God in mercy saw him through. David, man after God's own heart, through every trial you held your faith. David, man after God's own heart, His mercy carried you through each day. He brought the ark to Jerusalem and danced before it in the street. He wished to build a house for God, but Nathan said that was not his feat. His hands had shed too much of blood, that temple would be his sons to raise. Yet God made David a promise sure, his line would last through endless days. Oh, rest now, David, son of Jesse, your psalms still echo through the years. Rest now, David, son of Jesse, a man whose heart to God drew near. From shepherd boy to king he walked, through triumph and through bitter wrong. All he felt he poured into his offerings of prayer and song. Create in me a clean heart, Lord, he wrote from true reflection, a history recorded for us to grow.